Welcome, everybody, to Daytona State College Soccer Stadium here in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm Drew Felios alongside Ted Sofianos. Eastern Florida State is in town to take on the Falcons. So Titans and Falcons tonight under the bright lights here on the East Coast. Ted, great to have you along for the ride.
Oh, great to be back with you, Drew, once again, back in the box. We're looking for a hot one tonight because these two teams have played each other enough times in only 2 years to have such the rivalry.
Should be fun tonight. The Falcons coming in with an 8-1 record. They're going to be wearing the white with the blue trim. There you see Daytona State. So far, tremendous season. 2018 has been 35 goals scored. They've only conceded 10. Great defense, high-powered offense, and it should be a premier matchup here tonight. Let's meet the starting lineups for both of these squads. First, for Eastern Florida, Kira Gibson is the goalie out of Glasgow, Scotland. And you're going to notice, Ted, a lot of international flavor really on both sides, but especially for Eastern Florida.
11 of them out of the 29 on the Titans side.
Daru right there from London, England. Morgan Miller out of Melbourne. She's a local player for Eastern Florida. Then Cristina Garriga out of Barcelona, Spain. Another international product for the Titans. Jocelyn Williamson is going to be one to watch, only a freshman out of Melbourne. Tia Lindo from Bermuda. She's a midfielder, also a freshman. Beatrice Guards from Sweden. Also got Ilias, the freshman, another one from Barcelona, Spain. Number 17 is Ali Toskis out of Melbourne. O'Galley High School represented 8 assists on the year. Emily Bodai, the defender, a freshman out of Melbourne as well. And Jeff Carr, in his 9th season for Eastern Florida. He's not just the women's soccer coach, he's also the athletic director. Teresa Moon does a great job assisting him. Coach Carr, one of the best in the business.
Exactly. He's looking for a great season. He's already got one behind him already if they were to stop today.
Eastern Florida losing to Polk State last week, but then came back and put one on Broward 4-0. And the Falcons from Daytona State. Such an exciting bunch. Only one loss on the season in 9 games. McKenna Gottschalk, freshman out of Colorado Legacy High School. Tremendous athlete. Andreasen, we're going to be calling a lot. She's from Sweden. Also Autumn Sander, a junior on defense out of Lake Mary. Number 7 is Sydney Timmis out of Port St. Lucie. Taylor Duffy, freshman out of England. And Michelle O'Driscoll right here. Cannot wait to watch her play. She's another freshman hailing from Ireland. You've also got Sarah Machado, a local product from Destin. Gabrielle Gale from Spanish Town, Jamaica, one of the surprises of Daytona State this year. Megan Wintermeyer, meanwhile, from the West Coast. Bel Air Bluffs, Clearwater Central Catholic represented. Lauren Woodstock from Australia. And Alana Neely, freshman from Ormond Beach Seabreeze High School. They come from all over the country. Brittany Jones, the head coach.
Yeah, certainly from all over. But as we just heard, as you were announcing the starters, obviously the Titans a little bit heavy on folks from different countries versus Daytona State, a little bit more balanced.
Coach Jones, proud of the legacy that Daytona State soccer is building. She says, my favorite part of working at this level is helping our kids overcome obstacles. She's building one heck of a program. And I'll tell you what, too, I got pumped up watching that animation open. A great job by our staff putting that together here at Daytona State.
Definitely. I was getting amped myself. And Brittany, she's not just for sports, but I think first things first, doesn't want to put the cart before the horse. It's about GPA. It's about creating productive citizens after they've graduated from Daytona State and matriculated, let's say, to a 4-year university.
There's the top weapon for the Falcons, Michelle O'Driscoll, 11 goals on the season. And we are underway from Daytona State Soccer Complex. Lana Neely touching for the Falcons. This beautiful complex, second to none throughout the state at this level.
Oh, it's so exciting, Drew. Also, to think that the JUCO, which is NJAA, National Junior College Athletic Association, is going to be hosting here this field the upcoming in November national championships for Division I JUCO. And please note, folks, I do refer to the NJCAA as JUCO, just for future reference.
NJCAA, certainly excited for that. You see the beautiful pitch, Ted. I know that the grounds crew just does a phenomenal job here at Daytona State, and the Falcons trying to get something cooking here in the early moments. Daytona State on offense here. O'Driscoll trying to slide it to Andreasen. She had it taken away, and now Christina Garriga coming the other way for the Titans.
A nice theft there by O'Driscoll. It's funny to see these teams, the way they match up. You look at the paper, and you'd think that Daytona State might have the edge. But so far, at least last year, it was the Titans who got the better of Daytona State.
Pass cut off. Titans get now inside the 18. This is Lindo. Little fancy footwork. She'll kick it back out. Lindquist tries to service it in. It's going to wind up in the arms of McKenna Gottschalk, the freshman out of Colorado, furthest player as far as the United States is concerned, suiting up tonight for the Falcons.
A lot of faith in her by Coach Jones. Lots of saves as far as the last 7 games, as far as conference games goes. Gottschalk has been certainly earning her keep, no pun intended.
Gale sending it down. Williamson gets ahead on it for Eastern Florida. Pretty good pace here early on. Of course, 45-minute halves here at the collegiate level. Going to see a lot of speed here tonight. We're going to see some clinical skills. We're going to see players that really want to win. This is one of those matchups that it's not just another game on the schedule. These players take this game personally.
Oh, definitely. And if you notice so far, you don't see a lot of long balls. You see a lot of short wall balls, through balls, a lot of control there. I mean, as you start to see them stringing, whether it's the DSC Falcons or the Titans, you see them stringing passes together. That's the kind of play that you'll see at the higher collegiate levels as well as in the pros. It's almost like a game of keep away for a while. Here's the steal, Drew.
O'Driscoll coming back for Daytona State. The Falcons have won their last 4 matches. The last 2, they defeated ASA 4-0 and Polk State 2-1. Posting up now. See O'Driscoll fighting for it, top of the 18. It's taken away by Beatrice Guards. That match against ASA, Ted, that Daytona State won 4-0 last week. Coach Jones says that was the one match where we've played better than we ever have before. As the flag goes up for the offsides, it will belong to the Falcons. But Daytona State having a season that Coach Jones told me earlier this week, Ted, she even can't believe how well this team is meshed and how they're playing up to this point.
Exactly. And again, you start looking at, this level where it's, they're only together for 2 years, but look what they've produced already. The familiarity of each other's play. They've obviously bonded and gelled. Very balanced so far, Drew, as far as the play. No real large opportunities for either team thus far.
Sarah Machado with it, sophomore out of Destin. Ball taken away this time. Nicely done. You see Gabrielle Gale, number 15, how much ground she covers for Daytona State. She is a tremendous athlete. Switch back, and Woodcock possesses now. Neither team really able to get an edge here early on.
Right. Gale funneling it back. Gottschalk with it now.
This is the 7th all-time meeting between these two institutions. Daytona State has only won 2. This one is sent from way deep right into the hands of McKenna Gottschalk.
Thought they might have caught Gottschalk, out of position there, but no.
See McKenna, how she roams that box, Ted. She does not look like your prototypical goalie. Coach Jones says she's the 3rd fastest player on the team. Usually a player like that is playing forward trying to score goals, but not in McKenna's case.
Right. McKenna's supposed to be moving fast east and west, not north and south, but she can do it all.
Little physical now, Daru for Eastern Florida. Fighting one off, and now Christina Garriga tries to give it a blast. Titans applying some pressure from the right side. This is Daru trying to service one in. And let's see if we're going to have a corner kick. We will. The first corner of the match coming up for Eastern Florida.
Yeah, that was probably the most offense we've seen so far this game. They're going to kind of feel each other out probably for the next several minutes, and then it'll all break loose. Teams are both well-oiled, know each other well. And certainly, like I said prior, this is going to be a great rivalry as we continue into future seasons.
Corner kick set up now. Daytona State will get in position. The in-swinger here is going to be Daru.
With the left.
Gives it a good ride. That is still alive in the box. And Falcons able to come up, and I believe that was an offsides, I believe, as Daytona State will have a goal kick here.
Interesting. On that particular play, Daytona brought every single player back. All 11 players were basically in the box.
Daytona State trying to build on what was a phenomenal 2017. That's a careless ball right there. Falcons will try and take advantage. Shot far post is just to the right.
Oh, boy. Wanted that one back for sure. O'Driscoll. Had the needle threaded just a little bit far. Far post, right mechanics on that. Taking it to the far post, just pushed it a little wide. Great opportunity.
So Daytona State has their first shot. First real bit of offense here early on. Oh, look at ball won by Machado. Sarah Machado getting after it for the Falcons. Expect this type of intensity from start to finish. Machado winning this one again. And this one gets a little bit physical. Official will step in and call a foul.
Good shield by Lindquist there. Just kept Machado off the ball a bit. Didn't have the pace as Machado was trying to round the corner in the right wing.
Daytona State in white, Eastern Florida in blue. That's going to be a handball as Alana Neely got the right fist on it. Official right there in place. And now Tia Lindo on top of it for Eastern Florida.
Interesting pace so far, Drew. Nothing, extremely immediate. No panic on each team.
Here comes the Titans off a turnover. Nice pass there to the left. See if they can make something happen. Titans unable to advance it. Lindquist winds up with it. She'll give this one a ride. It's in the box. Shot and scored. Eastern Florida is on the board here in the 10th minute. And that was a beautiful blast by Christina Garriga.
Garriga basically had that one kind of settled to her with a silver platter. A little bit of ping pong in the box. Unfortunately for Daytona State, ended up with a tremendous one-touch goal, upper left-hand corner.
That's the 6th goal of the season for Christina. And she's one of those superstars out of Barcelona, Spain. So several Spaniards on the pitch tonight for Eastern Florida, and Christina Garriga pays big dividends there.
Yeah, she's tall and she's got speed. She's formidable in the box for sure, as she just displayed.
So this is certainly a different type of challenge for Daytona State here tonight. Head coach Brittany Jones did tell her team last week and over the weekend, we could very well get down in this match, and we cannot panic if the Titans come in here and go a goal, perhaps 2 goals ahead. Got to keep our composure and continue to work, Ted. We'll see how that works out here.
Exactly. I mean, it could very easily be 1-1 right now if O'Driscoll's shot managed to creep in.
Nice shot this time. Put in position. That was Sidney Timmis.
Interesting, the strategy that the Titans are using currently. If you notice, they're really loading the middle of their own 18-yard box. So if that's the way they're going to play, DSC is going to have to start looking at their wing play a little bit more to bring it in and then back out and then in again for the crosses.
Falcons winning back possession. Autumn Sander. Nice hustle. This one's going to be sent out of bounds, though. Titans throwing it in on the far side. Christina Garriga, goal in the 10th minute. Right now the difference. Here's Beatrice Guards trying to lead another run for the Titans. Titans have come in all business here tonight. Lindquist now will throw it in. These two institutions had great games last year and the year before. Keep in mind, Eastern Florida's been around a little bit longer as a program than Daytona State.
Correct. Actually, Daytona State got the better of the Titans last year, but in the end it was the Titans who took the conference game, the last one that the Falcons played.
Daytona State finishing runner-up in Region 8. Eastern Florida taking home that championship. See the Daytona State bench. This one sent back. O'Driscoll trying to get to it. Nice job by Morgan Miller collecting. Poked away. Falcons, busy feet there. Will throw it in on the far side.
Good stick-to-itiveness on the ball there. Being aggressive on the offensive end.
It's almost an entirely new roster for Daytona State. 20 new players this season. 8 returning sophomores, but pretty much all of those returnees, none of them had real significant experience coming in this year. So how fast this team has gelled has really been fun to watch. Falcons, again, getting it deep in Eastern Florida territory. And Drayson couldn't collect and got to be a little bit more crisp leading to that final third.
Yeah, that's the word, Drew. Got to make those passes crisp. Can't give a lazy pass to this team.
Now it's Neely. Neely. Oh, good cross in. It's there off the crossbar. Oh, beautifully set up. And the Falcons nearly had their first goal, and Drayson just missed it by a hair. Here's another cross. Nobody home this time. What a sequence for the Falcons.
Wow. The Falcons, they just need to throw one back in the net so that way they don't start thinking that there's some sort of voodoo going on out there. That's 2 excellent plays for the Falcons and just couldn't find the back of the net. Great cross.
What a header. Just off the crossbar. Saw Gibson, the Titans goalie, beaten that time.
Yes, clearly beaten. Crossbar, the goalie's best friend in that occasion.
Their handball there. We play on.
Light's starting to come on strong here as we get to dusk.
Daytona State, they've had a pretty good season thus far, as we've stated. Won 8 of their first 9. The real turning point was a game against St. Louis in Melbourne, where they were in a similar situation like this. They trailed, and there's contact. No whistle this time. We play on as Lindquist Sends it up the pitch for Eastern Florida. You see, though, Machado, number 10, really making a lot of things happen.
I mean, both going both ways right now, north and south for Machado. A lot of hustle there.
It's another hot, humid night here on the East Coast. So the benches are certainly going to get involved as this match goes along. We're going to see several substitutes, and Daytona State's going to have a corner. Take one more look at that chance, Ted, and that brilliant cross that was nearly put in.
Oh, beautiful glancing header that had every right to go in.
So outswinger now, Taylor Duffy. Duffy puts one near the 6. This one's going to be hammered out. It'll be thrown in for Daytona State.
Good dangerous cross there. Just nobody could pick up the loose change on that one.
Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, and our fabulous television crew from WDSC TV here at Daytona State. Andresen.
Looks like Andresen was getting really hacked there.
Andresen doing a marvelous job keeping it. Trying to get that blast off, but just too many blue uniforms in the vicinity.
Surprisingly, the referee didn't call foul there. She was in the act of shooting, and the foot was basically taken out by the defender.
Nice crowd on hand tonight. Soaking this one in, seeing some great soccer right now. And another battle right there near the midfield. This one will be won by the Titans. Official once again steps in, and Daru was fouled as she went to the ground.
Interesting call by the referee. Came in from the side, ball went out of bounds, called a foul.
And Matt Osterhaus, our head referee tonight. Arnell Selman, Ian Anderson as well on the crew. This is one of those matches where you certainly want to let the athletes play, and they are doing that here early on in the first 20 minutes. Taken away in the midfield. Falcons starting to win some of those midfield battles right now.
Easily, Drew, this could be tied up or 2-1 in favor of the Falcons.
Taylor Duffy sends it down. Beautiful ball this time. And Daytona State. Autumn Sander lost it as she approached the 18. See the Falcons starting to press a little bit more, Ted. Yeah. They're not letting Eastern Florida get comfortable over the last 10 minutes since that goal.
Exactly. We've seen it in certainly in the Titans' half more so. And that might also be because the Titans are playing a little bit, to guard that 1-goal lead, falling back a bit.
First substitution of the match as Ilias goes out for Eastern Florida. And I believe that's Alexis Perry, a freshman midfielder out of Satellite Beach, checking in for Eastern Florida.
And number 19, Hannah Ryberg.
Hannah Ryberg also checking in for Jeff Carr's team. Jeff Carr mentioned his 9th season as the head coach at Eastern Florida. He's also the athletic director on campus, one of the busiest administrators there is, sure. And does a phenomenal job over there.
Wearing a couple of hats for sure.
Falcons now. A little bit of cohesion. O'Driscoll, nice ball, left side and offsides. This time the flag went up immediately.
Oh, I'd like to see that one again. From this angle, it was hard to tell. Even is off in the game of soccer. If you're even with the last defender, as the referee is probably saying, you're offside. Basically a spot foul.
Eastern Florida now attacking once more. Nice run this time, trying to set up another opportunity. They'll send it back. Service one in. That's another tough ball. Not much from the back line that time from Daytona State. And another corner kick coming up. We'll take one more look at the offside on the other side. Yeah, I think that's an easy call.
Definitely off on that one. Just by about a body length. But I tell you, the Titans are making the most of their opportunities. They've only been down this end a few times, but they're making the most.
Cassidy Wrench putting it in motion. And this will be a goal kick for Gottschalk and the Falcons of Daytona State. Daytona State 2-0 in conference play. Mentioned that one match they had against St. Louis back on August 31st. They trailed that one 1-0, came back and tied it, then got a late game winner, so they have come back before here this season. And Sander can't save that one. It'll be a throw-in for the Titans.
Just a little bit of difficulty working that one out of their own end. It was the right idea, just a little bit too much pace.
Great night for soccer here at Daytona State Soccer Complex. Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos. Set piece coming up for the Titans.
Yeah, referee called a handball.
This ball sent deep. Try and set up the header again, and this one's hammered out of bounds. Eastern Florida, they really like to work off those set pieces.
Yeah, and they've made the most of them so far. Obviously, as far as the score goes and the few opportunities they've had. Almost kind of as Daytona State has put the pressure on the Titans, almost lulled the defenders as far as Daytona State goes. And then all of a sudden they attack hard. They're aggressive when they come into the offensive end.
Tuscas getting this run started. Oh, brilliant pass. Top of the 18 shot. And that's a great save by Gottschalk, who got on top of it.
Great save. Close to being offsides there, but the referee had a good angle.
Kelly Lindquist had it at her feet. Another near goal for Eastern Florida.
Dangerous ball there.
Very dangerous. You cannot be that careless with the ball against this Eastern Florida team. They are simply too good. They will make you pay, Ted.
Yeah. Just a little bit of miscommunication there with the DSC defenders right now. Going to have to work that out. I'm sure Coach Jones has given him an earful about that.
See Sophia Kenny, 2 goals, 4 assists this year. And she replaces Christina Garriga, so the goal score goes out momentarily for the Titans. Eastern Florida trying to put another shot together, and Gottschalk, again, several saves she's already had here in the first 25 minutes.
That was well outside the 18-yard box. A nice bender. Gottschalk made it look rather easy. Not as easy as that one looked. Had some skip on it.
McKenna Gottschalk, multiple sport athlete, in goal for Daytona State. Seventh time these two programs have met in their young rivalry history. Daytona State has won 2 of the matchups. Eastern Florida has won 4. Falcons with nice pace this time, but O'Driscoll's not going to have a lot of help as she takes it down. And let's see, they're going to award it to the Titans.
That's interesting. You know, the referee, which is the sideline referee right there, didn't hold up a flag, felt there wasn't enough contact to merit that foul. Interesting call by the referee out at the middle of the field.
Gabrielle Gale gets a pass through. And now the Falcons will try and possess here in the 25th minute. 1-0 the score. Eastern Florida on top of Daytona State. And there's another steal by the Titans. Oh, and a hard foul. And this one could be a yellow. First batch of discipline on the night. And I think we could see it.
Or it might be a verbal. Well, yeah, let's give it a verbal warning. But if something like that happens again, she will definitely receive the yellow.
That's
for Duffy.
Taylor Duffy, freshman from England. Right now, Titans peppering the Daytona State goal.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. And it is tough when you have two good opportunities like Daytona State had, and one of them hits the crossbar. But psychologically, you just got to keep pressing.
Now it's Lindo. How about this blast? She just destroyed that ball, didn't she?
She put a lot of mustard on that, but that was more like a clear from the back versus an offensive shot.
That ball nearly wound up on the baseball field.
Very slight wind blowing right now against the Falcons, as the flags you can see in the background there.
Yeah, the Titans certainly taking advantage of that wind here in the first half, but it's not significant on this humid night. Duffy again, freshman, 4, trying to win it. This time it's Andresen.
Andresen showing some good skill there.
Here's O'Driscoll. Michelle O'Driscoll.
Oh, she's got some real moves.
Daytona State will try and build from the back here. Both these teams playing the same style, pretty much a 4-3-3 on both sides. Oh, taken away, another careless ball. Lindo tries to make the Falcons pay. Eastern Florida with numbers again. Another pass slid in. Falcons scrambling to recover.
Surprising sloppiness there displayed by the Daytona State defense. They know how to hit passes a lot crisper than that. Those are lazy balls that are giving the offense a lot better opportunity for the Titans. They're going to have to clean that one up, and I'm sure Coach Jones will talk to him at halftime about that.
Kelly Lindquist, freshman from Merritt Island. Nice job by Machado. I think Sarah Machado is probably the MVP of this first half for Daytona State. She has been winning so many balls.
So many balls and showing, just running down everything. Running down everything on both the offensive and defensive end.
Falcons trying to send another one down. O'Driscoll trying to catch up to it. Michelle O'Driscoll, 11 goals on the year.
Yeah, they got to slide some people up front. You have O'Driscoll all there by herself right now. You're going to have to slide some folks up there.
Williamson. And contact there on him. Sandner with the hold. Let's take one more look at Machado. Sarah Machado, this is a player that has 2 goals, 5 assists coming into tonight. Very powerful, very physical. She loves going one-on-one with anybody. She'll pick out the other team's superstar and we'll go right at her. We're seeing that here tonight.
Right, and as far as our 2-year colleges go, I mean, she's a senior, right? I mean, she's in her 2nd year at Daytona State, so she's a returning player. Something that Daytona State does not have a lot of. Only 2 of the Daytona State Falcons out of the 8 sophomores received, significant playing time last season.
Now it's Morgan Miller trying to hammer one right down the middle. Titans come away with another one. Approaching 15 minutes to play in this first half, and another corner kick is going to be coming up here for the Titans of Eastern Florida State College.
Okay, interesting there. Interesting right there. I couldn't see the number. I think it was, Ryberg basically grabbing the shirt. Grabbing the shirt of Sander, and no call.
Ali Tuskus now, the outswinger. Tuskus will come up, try and give this one a chance. It'll be a throw-in for the Titans. I think you're right. Eventually, Daytona State is going to have to get a little bit of help, Ted, for Michelle O'Driscoll, who's trying to do a lot on her own as Elias comes on. And there is Haley Howard, number 23 for Daytona State, as Autumn Sander goes to the bench to take a rest.
Yes, I remember Haley Howard from last season. Fine player. Obviously one of the few sophomores on the roster at this point in time.
Tuskus puts another one in motion. Daytona State trying to clear here. "31st minute, 1-0 your score. Eastern Florida with a goal in the 10th minute by Christina Garriga, her 6th goal of the season. And now both teams substituting at will. Taylor Duffy going out. Also Sarah Machado goes to the bench for the first time.
She probably could use the breather.
Game could certainly come down to which bench is deepest.
Yeah, ever since that header, it seems that the Titans have turned the screws a little bit tighter on Daytona State. That header, that what I'm referring to is that header that hit the crossbar by O'Driscoll.
Now the Titans trying to flick one down. Goalkeeper will come out. Gottschalk will pick it up. Daytona State head coach Brittany Jones said we must control ourselves here tonight through this great rivalry. Our players, they've been through a lot this year, Ted, but they haven't perhaps seen this type of intensity that they're going to get in this matchup. And sometimes you don't know how the players are going to react in moments like this when the stands are packed and the other team jumps on you quickly.
Well, it could very well be a reversal last season, whereas Daytona State, took care of business, and then after the Titans kind of got used to the team and looked at the strategies that Coach Jones was throwing at them, turned it around the last game of the season to win the conference title. I mean, it's certainly not over if Daytona State was not to pull it off here. It either equalize or even win the game. They will have another opportunity with the Titans later on down the road, most likely, based on their conference wins.
Michelle O'Driscoll going out for Daytona State. She's done a lot of work so far. See where the Falcons try and get their offense with her on the bench. And Drayson can't collect. And now Eastern Florida working the other way. Nice work there from Garriga. Garriga's got some skill. This one's going to be sent out of bounds.
Throw in Daytona State.
Alana Neely, the freshman out of Ormond Beach. Seabreeze High School represented. One player who's not in the lineup tonight for Daytona State. As you see, Hannah Ryberg coming in for Eastern Florida. Brooke Bocuzo, a freshman playing defense. She's out tonight with a concussion. Ted, she's usually a starter. Does not get much glory. She just does all the dirty work for Daytona State. But concussion protocol, she is held out until that situation gets better.
So Mercado obviously back in. Morgan did a short stint. And Bocuzo, as you just mentioned, a starter at defense.
Yep, but not tonight.
Yeah.
Coming up on 10 minutes to play here in this first half. It's getting more physical. Alana Neely wins that one for Daytona State, but quickly gives it up.
No, Neely well in, but unfortunately telegraphed that pass.
Tuskus.
Harmlessly thrown into the 18-yard box. You know, with some of the issues they've had bringing the ball out of their own third of the field, surprised Gutschalk hasn't just sent some boomers. They're certainly trying to play a controlled game, and I'm not so sure, Drew, it's because of the wind that is right now against Daytona State. I don't know if our listeners can hear, but right now the fans are making a ruckus and trying to cheer on the Lady Falcons by slamming their feet on the benches out there on our stadium here at Daytona State College, where we are broadcasting from in this beautiful stadium.
Cassidy Wrench, nice ball there to switch the point of attack. And here's Andresen. Tilda Andresen trying to sneak one in. And Eastern Florida again organized defensively. Lauren Woodcock, freshman on defense out of Australia tonight for Daytona State. There's a nice look at our crowd here at this beautiful Daytona State soccer complex. If you've never been here, please come out. This is a great place to take in a game.
And a perfect night as far as temperature goes. And obviously the stands somewhere around 2/3 capacity right now.
Falcons, a couple nice touches. Lana Neely starting to make a difference. Tori Martino also fighting for it for Daytona State.
See, the Lady Falcons have put a lot of balls into space, but the anticipation by the fellow players, it's not being seen right now. In other words, I'm not seeing that gel that we've seen in former games.
Ball across the touchline, another throw in for the Falcons. Falcons finished number 7 in the country last year. Great success. Trying to build on that here in 2018. Getting a tough test tonight here at home from their arch rival, Eastern Florida. Titans anticipating a lot of what Daytona State is trying to do right now. Oh, nice move there. And this is Gabrielle Gale, the Jamaican, who has it taken away. Titans now playing a nice ball, trying to make them pay for another turnover. Here's Daru. Great 1v1 move. Oh, taken out inside the box. A challenge that time. Very physical, and it's going to be a corner kick, but obviously shaken up as Daru.
Yeah, that was, I believe, Gabriella Gale with the slide tackle. Totally legal, but certainly shaken up is Daru. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. I got the name wrong there. That was Wintermeyer, right? I believe number 18.
Corner for the Titans of Eastern Florida. Daytona State does not want to allow another goal here before halftime. This one sent in. And the Falcons with the angle, and Drayson making a difference for Daytona State.
Oh, nice spin out of that. That was gorgeous.
See if they can get some numbers up the pitch. Martino will settle things down. There's the press, though. Just not letting Daytona State get comfortable here on their home field.
Yeah, it's just some of the usual mechanics, trapping and passing crisply that right now they just seem a little behind on. And that's what the Titans seem to be doing well. Anticipating space as well as, making crisp passes.
That one misread by Martino. Not a lot of rhythm offensively in this first half from the Falcons. Did have one really good chance with O'Driscoll on a header right in front of the goal that nearly went in. The flag's going to go up here. That's an offsides as Daru tried to beat the back line right down the middle.
And Gottschalk was there, though. Great save. Don't know if there would have been cleanup on that, but great save by Gottschalk. The whistle was blown just as Gottschalk was getting there. So good job by the Daytona State keeper.
Haley Howard now resetting things as we come up on 4 minutes left to play in this first half.
Bit of Plenko there.
Since the header by O'Driscoll, Falcons have not had a shot.
Yeah, that was within, I guess, the first 15 minutes of the game. Here you are with 4 minutes left to play.
Now it's Gale. Lindquist with it for Eastern Florida. Daytona State just got to settle things down here. Obviously, big crowd on hand and playing the arch rival. It's certainly a big match, and sometimes the adrenaline, Ted, makes you play perhaps a little faster than you want to. Little things like that. It's that flow just is not there here in this first half.
Exactly. It's odd to see. And their passes in practice were crisp when they were playing 3v1, just as you do right before the game. They just look out of sync.
Falcons trying to play it out of center circle. That one gets by. And now Daytona State will run it down back on their half. Megan Wintermeyer sending it back to McKenna Gottschalk. Gottschalk has played well here in the first half. She has faced a flurry of Eastern Florida shots. The one getting by, the one by Christina Garriga in the 10th minute.
Now, if you notice, they were trying to get that one to O'Driscoll. The Titan defender read that as soon as the pass was on its way and tried to beat O'Driscoll to the ball. Almost did. They've been doing the Titans been doing a great job anticipating those passes.
Good play by Emily Bodai that time. Another freshman from Melbourne. Eastern Florida fighting for every single ball. Gabrielle Gale switching field, and neither team right now really able to establish much of a rhythm. Under a minute to play now in this first half. Lana Neely. See that back line well organized for Eastern Florida, just not letting anything through. And Ali Tuskus trying to go to work wearing number 17 for Eastern Florida. Well, Daytona State can have a lot of work to do, Ted. in the second half. And in the halftime session, Brittany Jones going to have to make a few adjustments because certainly after that header by O'Driscoll, Falcons have not been able to really breathe offensively.
No.
And that 1-0 deficit right now feels a little bit like 3-0 as both teams head to halftime.
And it's a hot one out there tonight, so you can imagine that perhaps the teams are a little bit winded, and maybe even Daytona State more so. Certainly nerves have a little bit to do with it, playing one of their rivals and playing at home.
Upcoming schedule for Daytona State, there you go. Taking on Polk State on October 2nd. That match begins at 6 p.m. And then October 13th, a huge day for soccer because the men and the women are both in action at 2 o'clock. The women take on Broward College, the men following immediately after. So 2 big matches coming up here at the Daytona State Soccer Complex. You have to come out and watch these great athletes do their thing. Well, education is so key here at Daytona State College. The soccer team, the women's soccer team with a 3.35 GPA, and the students here on campus dedicated to their craft. That is what Daytona State College is all about.
I think that our first priority as student athletes is obviously our class. So when we go into class, that's our first priority. And so when we go into class, we work hard in class. That just shows in the field as players. So when we come out to practice, we know that we've worked hard in the classroom, and now we have to work hard on the field.
Doing well in the classroom has helped me on the field because if you can get your classwork done, then you're really not worried about anything else. You can worry about soccer. And it's really nice to have a clear head for soccer.
So I think that the classroom is directly related to being on the field. I believe that if you try hard in every aspect of your life, then it'll translate over to other things. So if we do well in the classroom and put in the hard work there, then you'll definitely put the hard work in for your teammates.
Your performance in the classroom definitely does affect your performance on the field, because if you was to do bad in the classroom, that's always playing your mind, and you may not be able to perform as good when you come onto the field. So definitely it's like the same.
I'm doing really good in the classroom so far. I think doing good in the classroom really comes and shows on the field, because if you're doing good in the classroom, then it just brings a lot more to the field.
Academic success is one of our core values, so that holds us responsible, and responsibility on the field is a really big trait to have and creates trustworthiness with the teammates, and it's easier to play.
We hold our student athletes to the highest standards, so we expect our athletes to put the same intensity and effort into their academic performance as they do into their athletic performance. So their performance in the classroom is a direct reflection of the dedication, discipline, and their adherence to our core values as their athletic performance. So for our team, our athletes are expected to adhere to certain core values, and those apply to that classroom and the field, and all those discipline, dedication, commitment, and all of those things are reflected in the same environment academically. It's fantastic. The new facility is fantastic. We can't complain. The surface is grass. It's wonderful. It's a big field. We have great support. It's a very, very nice place to train every day. It's a great place to hold games, and we're very grateful for the opportunity to be in it.
It feels amazing. The stands, everything looks great. It's just a plus. We're a good team, so that just brings us, more energy to play and win.
Being a brand new program is really exciting, and the fact that we're competing so well against these teams that have been together for a long time feels really good. And having a new stadium as a new program is really rewarding, especially since our season last year was so good.
feels great coming here. I mean, I was here last year, and the new stadium was something we always looked forward to last year. We were just like, oh, I can't wait to play in our new stadium on campus. And the best part is that we have the TV program, so it helps expose our team. We got a really good team, so I'm just excited every time we get to step out here.
We got to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net more consistently when you get those chances. Because when you're playing a good team, you're not going to get that many chances. So you've got to maximize your opportunities.
It's time to express yourself. You were busy this summer. We get it. At Daytona State College, we know a thing or two about how to help you stay on track. Our 7-week express courses start October 22nd, so you still have time to get started. Lock in your financial aid today and go to daytonastate.edu/apply or call 386-506-3000. What are you waiting for? It's time to express yourself.
The Daytona State College of Education is forever grateful to Volusia and Flagler County Schools and our collaborative partnership that allows us to spend this exciting time out in the field working with these wonderful students, doing one-on-one reading instruction 4 days a week.
Daytona State has definitely prepared me for being a teacher with all the fieldwork that we've been able to experience through the program, as well as the support and help from all of our wonderful professors. And being able to work one-on-one with the students has been a wonderful opportunity to experience that already before I get placed in my senior internship.
So today, we're going to learn about something that I think is really fascinating. We're going to be learning about weather balloons.
In the IMES lab, we have state-of-the-art equipment that help us further our research.
Going to be surveying these seagrass beds here at Oak Hills and looking at how they're changing over time.
I love doing this, coming out into the field and actually getting my hands dirty. And
you get to do everything you've ever wanted to do in a marine biology program. You get to go out into the field and actually do the work.
We are truly building a program here for students that are interested in conducting undergraduate research. It's a rather rigorous program for a two-year college.
I'm going out and studying horseshoe crab populations and seeing where their nesting sites are and how often they nest where they are.
The professors motivate us, they inspire us to continue our research and to better ourselves in the scientific community.
This is much better than sitting in a classroom just looking at pictures and listening to people talk. We get to actually feel and see the plants in their natural habitat.
I love this class. I love everything about it, the learning of the names of the flowers. Now it's like putting a name with a face.
Welcome back to Daytona State College. Drew Felios with Ted Sofianis and our fabulous crew. WDSC TV on campus here in Falcons country, and it was an exciting first half. Both teams going back and forth. Eastern Florida did go on top 1-0. That is the score right now, and that was the sensational goal right there by number 10, putting it through. Christina Garriga for Eastern Florida. That was her 6th goal of the season. Daytona State coming right back, and how about that one right there? Missed by the Falcons. That was the best chance they had. Both teams back and forth. Gottschalk clutch in the net for the Falcons.
Yeah, Gottschalk looking good. I wish I was a fly on the wall while the coach Jones is talking to her team right now. I think you could say that as far as the Titans go, they're probably going to keep the same formula, doing what they were doing. They might even fall back a little bit and try to protect the 1-goal lead.
Well, we got volleyball coming up for you, taking on Polk State College. That's going to be a televised broadcast inside the Lemarant Center. That's October 2nd at 7 p.m. That is 1 week from tonight. Then we got soccer taking on Broward College on October 13th, and that is one half of a doubleheader there. The men's and women's teams both in action on the 13th. And you take a look at the men's soccer team taking on Broward on October 5th, and then October 13th as well versus Eastern Florida.
Drew, I think you and I are going to be back in the box for those games, if I'm right. Televised games. And then, that brings out another issue. Sometimes I think, it might even be a little bit more difficult for the home team because you got a lot of pressure on you. You got this beautiful new stadium. You have people, expecting you to win. You don't have 100,000 people here cheering you on and have that kind of like that other fan off the bench.
You're absolutely right, Ted. We saw a great piece at halftime on all the academics for Daytona State. You are on the faculty here on campus. You are in tune just as much as anybody with all the great academic opportunities here on campus.
Drew, I can't advocate enough for what we're doing, and we continue to grow under the Board of Trustees supervision, as well as Dr. Tom Labasso. I mean, if you look at some of the programs that we've added, besides the sports programs, such as the men's and women's cross country, that's exciting. Looking at that coming up, there was actually an op-ed done just on some of the ladies on the women's cross country, and that actually made it to the New York Times as an op-ed piece. Very interesting as far as some of the people who came back to community college later on in their life and yet became starters on a team in their 30s and 40s. Wonderful story. Washington Post, I apologize. Thanks for the correction. Now, we do have a new beverage science program going on here at Daytona State College. All right. As well as we have SIM, which is Center for Interactive Media, which has been around for a little bit longer than the beverage. We also have, the Southeast Museum of Photography. It is the largest in the Southeast, as well as a photog program that goes along with it. Those are just a few things in a nutshell that we're doing here right at Daytona State College.
It is all about creating opportunity for these youngsters, and that's what this place is doing, as well as any place in the state of Florida. And opportunities for these young players to showcase their skills tonight here on WDSC TV, on YouTube as well. And we are thrilled to have you along for the ride with Ted Sofianos. I'm Drew Felios. Eastern Florida in the blue, Daytona State in the white, and we are underway here in half number 2. Titans trying to strike quickly, and there is Lauren Woodcock coming up to challenge immediately. Here's a nice strike, and this one's sent to the right of the goal.
At the closing bell, will we be saying, remember the Titans or not? I don't think the Daytona State Falcons want to be saying that. They want to say it for all the right reasons.
I knew that you would get that in at some point before the night was through. I don't see Denzel Washington
a little bit of movie
in the house tonight, though.
All right, as you can see, the ball is drifting a little bit more toward the midfield line with the wind going with the Daytona State players. Ever so slight it is at this point.
Garriga, beautiful touch. Daru had it at her feet, and now Gottschalk will come up to settle things for Daytona State.
Looks like the sideline referee thought that was onside. From this angle, it could have been either or.
Megan Wintermeyers won some tough balls, but the passing has not been crisp tonight so far from the Falcons. That's something they're certainly going to have to improve here in the second half, Ted, if they want to level this thing out. Crowd starting to really get into this one. here at Daytona State. And you see the challenges for each and every ball.
Right, and if you notice, Gabrielle John right here closest to us on the left wing, these defenders, such as Williamson, are anticipating Daytona State passes, and they're right on their backs as soon as it happens. Daytona State is going to have to start coming more to the ball in order to retrieve it.
See if Daytona State can build here. Finally getting it to the Eastern Florida half. They have not played many balls there lately. I think Daytona State just needs to slow things down, and it wouldn't hurt also, Ted, to just possess a little bit. Even if you're not going forward, just knock it around, find some feet, get everybody in a rhythm here to push it eventually up the pitch. Here's DeRue. She'll try and switch the point of attack. Going down right there, official will immediately come in, and Eastern Florida's going to have it in a pretty good spot here with a free kick as Tuscus went to the ground.
Tuscus went to the ground. That's about 25 yards out. Referee's going to push him back 10 yards. It'll be a set piece. Looks like it was a hard enough foul where it would be a direct kick. Direct kick meaning no one else has to touch it. If it was a less severe foul, it would be an indirect kick, which would mean somebody would have to touch it before it went into the goal.
So this is Emily Bodai on top of it for Eastern Florida, freshman from Melbourne, Vieira High School. Seems like these players for Eastern Florida are either from the state of Florida or they're from overseas. Bodai tries to put this one on point. It sails over the crossbar. Gottschalk got up just to make sure that it did not somehow squeak under.
Right, sailed above the bar about a foot. A good look at it. Nice opportunity for the Titans. DSC going to try to play this out, pass by pass. Like you were saying, Drew, a little bit of keep away.
Lana Neely. Neely's got speed, working that touch line, keeping it inbounds. Lana Neely, great job that time. Couple nice touches. And now Falcons, hey, they make progress. They don't get a shot on goal, but still, that's a start.
That was good. That was good. Get their confidence up as far as stringing a few passes along, getting it into their box. That was just a mistouch by Gabrielle John.
Gabrielle John, a sophomore out of St. Pete, Seminole High School, the Warhawks. Great soccer program there. Saez controlling. Quick shot that time, and Gibson watches it. Kiera Gibson has not been challenged much in goal tonight for Eastern Florida.
Now, did you notice a loft on that goal kick by the keeper of the Titans on that one? Did not go very far. So even though the flags aren't blowing too much, it is hampering the progress of that ball into center court, so to speak.
Daytona State fighting for it once more. Pretty good ball. Oh, contact there. And we should have a whistle. And we will have contact in the box.
Referee's pointing to the spot. That was a definite foul.
Penalty kick coming up for Daytona State and a chance to pull level here in the second half.
If you notice, the referee had no hesitation whatsoever on that. Called it right away.
Gabrielle John going down for the Falcons. And now let's see who does the honors. It is going to be Sydney Timmis, the freshman midfielder from Port St. Lucie, with a chance to pull level at one.
That was guards who committed the foul.
Timmis' shot is good.
Oh, that was a goal for Daytona State College. A nice low shot, even though the keeper guessed correctly, went right under her arm. Kiera Gibson did well to guess, but a better shot by the Daytona State player.
Sydney Timmis getting it done for the Falcons. She goes low, left side, right by the diving Kiera Gibson. And we're tied at one.
Tied at one. Certainly a momentum builder for the Falcons. who needed something to happen, and there it was. The interesting part will be how each team will react.
Looked like possible offside there. No call. Gottschalk comes over to take care of things as Garriga, number 10, the most dangerous on the field for the Titans.
Drew, did you see how quickly the Titans rose to the occasion and came on back? And it was also like Daytona State didn't have the players back on their defense to take care of that play. Very, very scary. They can't go to sleep with this powerful offense that the Titans are displaying.
Here's Lindo. Tia Lindo, she'll send one on, and Gottschalk again waiting for it.
Gottschalk very sure-handed there.
Tell you what, the final 40 minutes, this is going to be a roller coaster ride. Hang on.
Exactly, Drew.
Certainly going to be interesting here. If you're just joining us, Daytona State 8-1 on the year. Out to a fabulous start. Eastern Florida 5-1-1. Both these teams with a loss. Tremendous rivalry game. Eastern Florida scoring the first goal early. The Falcons just answered a moment ago.
Yeah, you can see the field is getting a little bit of mist on it. Ball is skipping a little bit more. Daytona State Falcons going to have to anticipate that a little bit. Both teams will. That's just part of playing a night game in Florida, Drew. Good settle.
Wintermeyer in the midfield. And now the Falcons starting to show a little bit more composure with the ball, a little bit more confidence, a little bit more cohesion. This is Neely. Neely connecting the dots. No, that one skates through as Gabrielle John was unable to control.
Gabrielle John going to have to collect those. That was a giveaway there.
All of a sudden, Titans not looking as sure with the ball. And diving that time is Gibson atop the 18. Well, crowd certainly has gotten into this match too. They have really pumped some life into this Daytona State squad.
That penalty kick has gotten them into this game a lot more than they were before. Again, telegraph pass. Need to make that crisp.
See, well done, athletic director looking on. The soccer program here at Daytona State has just pumped new life into this campus. Nights like tonight. Really special going at it with Eastern Florida. Christina Garriga tries to receive it. Little flick to Tuskus. Tuskus will give it a long ride, and again, Gottschalk in position.
Good shot there. Was probably trying to go upper corner, upper left-hand corner. How do you like those net cams we got here at Daytona State?
High tech. High tech.
I mean, hats off to the crew. All the setup and hours that goes into it.
Good turn this time by Saez. She'll hold things up. Try and cross it over as the Falcons try and get some numbers upfield. Another collision, and Drayson playing tough, tied up, and she draws the foul.
I will say what the Titans seem to be doing quite a bit. They get a little chippy. I see them with they're putting the feet into the ankles of the Daytona offenders and defenders when they get to their back. You'll notice it the next time. I'll point it out. It's a strategy they've been using, and it seems to be working thus far.
Lauren Woodcock now on top of it for Daytona State. Woodcock very calm on the ball, the Australian. Tremendous tactically as well. Gets a good strike on it. That one just over the crossbar. You saw Gibson backpedaling and looked like she may have been beaten for a moment.
And I can hear the fans. They're pounding on the aluminum rafters right now. They're into the game. Replay of that. Very close. Good strike.
Motion certainly running high at the moment. Just under 35 minutes to play here in regulation. Haley Howard to toss it in for Daytona State. This one's going to head out of bounds. across the end line, and Gibson will take care of things for Eastern Florida. Eastern Florida, after tonight's match, will return home on Saturday. They'll take on ASA at 5 o'clock.
Right. Look at those flags, Drew. Certainly a wind. I saw Gibson do something before that I thought was really an excellent strategy when you're going into the wind. She drop-kicked it, when it was a non-goal kick. And you have to have some real skill level in order to do that.
Definitely seeing a different Daytona State squad than we saw in half number one. Here's Saez again, coming up to play it for the Falcons. Now it's Andresen. Andresen puts it in motion from the right flank. Falcons. Now it's Timmins, the young lady who scored the goal. She'll send it back. Timmins right now showing a lot of composure. Andresen, meanwhile, offside's going to be called as she tried to find her teammate. One thing about these Daytona State players, Ted, you can tell there's not a real superstar on this team. All players very hardworking. None of them take anything for granted. Coach Jones has raved about how there is no entitlement on this team. Everybody's so thankful for the opportunity to play here, the opportunity to suit up with one another.
Right, and I was really glad to see that, as they were kind of faltering midway through that first half, they weren't getting on each other.
No.
Right, trying to pick each other up. I've seen some teams just be horrible to each other with a slight mistake. That only makes it more difficult as a player to get your confidence back. And that was a handball that was missed there by the referee.
Titans trying to save it. Nicely done that time. And it's Garriga from the right flank. Garriga working her way in, and we're going to have a corner for the Titans. Now, Garriga's a handful. She's got great size and great skill as well.
And as the ball was being played out to Garriga on that particular play, you had the two Daytona State defenders kind of just watching the ball get to her. You got to close that down right away. Close them down. You got two players on one, and they just kind of let her have the ball and fell off of that player, Garriga, a little bit.
Wholesale substitutions now as Cleisha DeRue, sophomore midfielder from London, England, is the end swinger. This is a pretty good ball. Made it inside the box, but immediately Falcons were able to clear it.
Good job there from Martino, sticking on that number 4.
Great
Lundquist.
defense. Great defense from Torrey. Nice ball this time. Crowd comes alive as Gabrielle John tries to hustle up to it, and it will be a throw-in for the Falcons.
Good run there by John. Great ball into open space.
Now, don't you love the intensity that Daytona State came out of the locker room with? That's a careless one right there, as John was unable to really control it at her feet, but just seems like the tempo, the tone is much better than it was in the first half.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Garrett Gibson's conceded once off a PK. Same on the other side with McKenna Gottschalk. As we come up on 30 minutes to play in regulation, Drew Felios and Ted Sofianos with our fabulous TV crew working hard all day to set up this great production here tonight. And these players are doing their best to give us a great show.
And I'm sure the listeners and viewers out there getting some great camera angles for, based on, how our team has set this up here at Daytona State College at WDSC TV. Great job, gang. Great job.
Ted, great to get a chance to work with you here once more. Good to see you after a long, hot summer here in the Sunshine State.
Great to get up here in the box again with you, Drew.
Garriga's pass that time, nowhere close. This one's going to head out of bounds, and the Falcons will throw it in on the far side. Had a chance to See a great volleyball match a couple weeks ago, and Falcons just looked tremendous in that one as they are rolling right now. Soccer team trying to do the same. It's one thing to play well. It's another thing to play well whenever you're on TV, whenever you're getting coverage like this.
Coach Stiegel, I think, for the volleyball team, right?
Yep.
Oh, tremendous asset here for Daytona State College and those young girls. Way to go. Way to go, Coach. What was the final on that one, Drew?
3-0. No contest.
Wow. Fans getting back into it, trying to rally the Daytona State defense.
Here comes a cross in. And Saez takes care of it. Eastern Florida also struggling a little bit, trying to get in to that final third. This is a good strike, and what a save made by Gottschalk.
Wow. Gottschalk on that great turn and hit toward goal, far post. Well struck.
Seeing the athleticism of McKenna Gottschalk, third fastest player on the team, multi-sport athlete from Colorado, Broomfield, Colorado to be exact. Coming near cross country to play here at Daytona State in the spotlight tonight. Crowd alive and well at Daytona State Soccer Complex. Lindquist lost it, and now Martino. Here are the Titans coming right back. This one taken away is Gabrielle Gale doing her thing, and that has to be a foul.
Yeah, might even be a warning.
Gabrielle Gale, get this, her nickname, and I'm not sure why. They call her Bubla.
Bubla?
Brittany Jones joked about it. She is in the Jamaican women's national team system. She's not on the first team yet, but she's getting reps with that first team, training all summer long. And when you get that type of exposure, you play against that type of competition, you can do marvelous things. And she's doing that right now here at really Daytona State.
Looking really good. Great asset, great find. Oh, there's a sloppy pass.
Gets by Garriga, not the player you want with it. Oh, a little stutter step. The shot and the goal! Eastern Florida has retaken the lead.
That was a bit of a giveaway. Gottschalk did well to get her hand on it.
The turnover leads to the goal. And Christina Garriga, her second goal of the night.
I think that was Haley Howard that just pushed it right past Wintermeyer. Wintermeyer couldn't get to it. There was no way. The ball was not played to feet.
That was absolutely clinical. But it did come off a mistake by the Falcons. Well, certainly the couple goals that Eastern Florida has had, they've been because of tremendous effort by Garriga, but they've also come off of mistakes by Daytona State. So now Garriga with 7 goals on the year to go with her 3 assists. What a performance she's putting in here tonight.
Garriga's got wheels, she got skill. Good head for the game.
Emily Bodai over to Garriga. Garriga will lose it out of bounds. Falcons will have to.
You're going to have to press here.
Have to regroup. As they had momentum there for a while, and now Daytona State the other way. Here's Gabrielle John. She'll cross it in. Does she have help? Not this time, as Martino was close, just did not get far enough down.
Really well played. Unfortunately, only had Martino in the box.
Tori Martino has given Daytona State a spark. Last 3 games that she has played. Great inspiration to this team. Oh no, here's trouble again. It's Daru. Clecia Daru, another stutter step. She's clear. She'll shoot and she'll bury it. Back-to-back goals by the Titans. And They are starting to separate here in Daytona.
Daru just took on the defender one-on-one. Nice spin move. Buried it low.
Third goal of the season from Clecia Daru out of London, England.
Coming in for the Falcons, number 6, Julia Sonseni.
Wintermeyer stepped in and committed.
Right there, if you're Wintermeyer, Ted, that's the second time she's committed and has not been able to come up with it. Sometimes best to probably just stay back, and stay between the player and the goal.
All right. The coach uses a certain word for that. It's called contain rather than commit. Got to contain rather than commit, especially in that, with the Daru's back to you. You basically, you have him if you contain. If you commit, you see what happens.
So 3-1 is the score now. Eastern Florida with 2 goals here in the second half, and that has certainly quieted the crowd here at the moment. Just under 25 minutes to play now in regulation. It's going to take a big-time effort for Daytona State to get back into this match.
Exactly, but certainly not insurmountable.
Haley Yates will throw it in. Freshman out of Port St. Lucie. Now the Falcons trying to turn. See that back line very organized for Eastern Florida. Now it commits. Little hole there for Andresen to try and work. Broken up though. Saez could not possess. And we have got, let's see, a whistle. And I believe they're going to place it back here for Eastern Florida. Officials right on top of it.
It might have been a foul or might have been offsides, not sure.
Daytona State still fighting here. Haley Howard lost it though that time. You see Eastern Florida. They have recovered. Came out a little bit flat beginning of the second half. Nice little 1-2 there. Gabrielle Gale just quick to the ball. She's so important defensively for the Falcons. She'll go down there. And the whistle blows. But you see, Ted, when you play Eastern Florida, you have got to be so careful with the ball. You cannot make those mistakes passing in the back line trying to get runs going, because when you do, they will absolutely make you pay.
Right. And not to say that Daytona State hasn't done this well in the past. It's just tonight, the Titans are doing 3 things very well. 1 is crisp passing. 2 is anticipation, and anticipating those passes into space. And then, 3 is obviously putting away the ball. Referee's going to call a foul on that one with a yellow.
Yellow card issued. That's the first of the match on either team. So that one on Jocelyn Williamson. And I believe Williamson will head out for the Titans. Saez, number 3, making the play happen for Daytona State.
Yeah.
Sydney Timmis now on top of it. This is going to be about 30 yards out. As you see Williamson heading to the bench. Just a goal here to get Daytona State hoping again, I think would go a long way in this moment.
Coming in for your Falcons, number 9, Michelle.
Yeah, it's a whole new ball game. They get something going here.
Timmis and Duffy on top of it for the Falcons. Falcons will likely try and crash here. This one is set on the ground. Gibson picks it up easily.
I mean, it was well struck. I think they were hoping for a goalie to fumble it a little bit, and maybe pick up the change. Crowd just a bit quiet now.
Throwing now for Emily Bodine, freshman from Melbourne. Timmis held. And it'll go towards the Falcons.
Now that's one of the first times I've seen some of that chippiness called, and I'm glad to see that was done.
Keep in mind, lots of soccer to play this year, so win or lose, Daytona State will learn a lot from tonight. Really get to know each other a lot more. A lot of these players still learning to very much play together. Big moments like this. Gabrielle Gale sending it forward, and now Timmis playing in the midfield. Falcons able to keep possession. Andresen, nice ball this time.
Get in the
See
box.
if Machado can get it deeper. Machado puts it on the ground before this one's cleared out of bounds.
Right idea.
Love Christina Garriga's game.
Daytona State continuing to apply pressure here.
Eastern Florida, a factory for sending players to the next level. They have really breeded some great ones over the past decade. Jeff Carr, great recruiter. Brittany Jones establishing herself also in the NJCAA. Allie Tuskus, 8 assists this year. She is a field general out there. This one crossed in beautifully. Oh, collision as Gottschalk comes up to get it. McKenna making another great catch for Daytona State.
Good to see both players not hurt on that play. Easily could have been a headbanger.
Taylor Duffy now, freshman from England. 9 goals on the year.
And unfortunately to no one on that particular pass.
Passing approaching that final third. Certainly much room for improvement after tonight. Gottschalk sends it out. Bodies go flying. We'll set it down for Daytona State.
Coming up on 18.5 left to play.
So 2 goals by Garriga and 1 by Clecia DeRue for Eastern Florida. Those are the 3 goals for the Titans. Daytona State getting a PK goal by Sydney Timmis, the freshman from Port St. Lucie.
There's that drop kick again by Gibson. Getting a lot of real estate out of those kicks.
Out of bounds, throwing for the Falcons. Falcons very scrappy. Has got a player down for Eastern Florida. Luis McCready is in some pain right now. And the trainers are going to be waved over. This does not look good. And a yellow card will be issued to Sarah Machado.
She's in a tremendous amount of pain. couldn't see exactly where Machado got her. Here's a replay.
I think the spikes may have gotten stuck in the grass right there, the left knee.
Oh, that was rough to watch.
Sarah Machado playing physical as she usually does. Tough moment there. I don't think any ill intent that time. Just battling for it. Just a tough spot, and you saw McCready just did not come down the way she was supposed to.
No, and it almost looked like McCready's foot almost got pigeonholed in the sod there, and Mercado came and cleaned it out. It looked like a really bad hyperextension. But it looks like they're tending to the right leg, so hopefully we'll know more soon. And that hopefully she can walk away from this.
Head coach Jeff Carr over there, obviously concerned about Louise McCready. She's a freshman from Doncaster, England. Coach Jones, meanwhile, consoling her team. Well, we invite you to follow us on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well, at DSC Falcon Sports. Follow us on Twitter, updates daily, all the happenings going on, Daytona State Athletics, Instagram as well. You may even see a picture of Ted on the Instagram page. What do you think, Ted?
And also YouTube. We're being live streamed right now.
Yep.
Anyone would care to go on to YouTube, they got to take their personal device and leave the television set. Well, you can see it on YouTube being live streamed.
Well, good news for Eastern Florida fans. McCready did get up and start walking. She needs a little bit of help over there, but is, in fact, walking off the pitch. And that is very good news. There you see being helped off, obviously.
Yeah, left knee being held gingerly there.
Hope for the best for Louise McCready. Gottschalk comes way out of the net to try and put this one in motion for the Falcons. Nice little cheeky move there for Daytona State. And going down is Taylor Duffy.
Good burst of energy there by Duffy. Playing around the defender.
I think if you are the Falcons, just like you did, start the second half, just do whatever you can to draw a penalty, create some havoc in the box, Ted, somehow get a goal here.
Well, you just mentioned the box.
This ball set up, crashing in is number 13, Martino. Martino had another good chance there, just could not get a strike on it.
Right, but you look at the ratio of numbers, though, Drew. Titans had 7 in the box, Daytona State with 3. And that included the passer, Machado. So they're going to have to start flooding that box perhaps a little bit more if they want to try to get to an equalizer here.
Whistle blown again. As you see McCready slowly making her way to the Eastern Florida bench. Another player is down at the moment. And Coach Carr looks over and is like, oh no, not again. And this one is number 14, Tia Lindo. She's a little shaken up. So this is a very physical game. Bodies have been flying around this field all night long.
Oh, yeah. And the conditions don't help you as well. It takes a lot out of you to play, 82 degrees, this type of humidity. I mean, it takes the stuffing out of anyone. And honestly, you're playing a little bit tired. And when you're playing a little bit tired, Drew, injuries are more susceptible to occur. Looks like they have a drop ball here. very sportsmanlike to play it back to the goalie via DSC.
Ball doesn't really go anywhere. Falcons perhaps with a chance here. If they can get possession, they cannot. Eastern Florida will try and work the other way. Another gorgeous ball. The long passes have been on target tonight for Eastern Florida. Although a flag does go up that time as Hannah Ryberg got a little bit too far down. A freshman from Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, Titans got about 7 starters there from all over various countries. You know, Bermuda, England, Scotland, Sweden, Spain, a couple from Sweden.
Allie Tuskus turned around, and right there was Andresen in her grill. Morgan Miller, nice ball. Gottschalk comes up to take it away.
Good turn there by Howard, playing it back into the middle. Good communications there. You know, they're screaming to Timmis, hey, turn. You know, the two things you communicate while you're playing, whether defense or offense. Either turn or...
Duffy puts this one in motion inside the box. Gibson kills it immediately.
Where they say man on or, person on, whatever. Those are the two usual ways you'll communicate with your teammates.
Allie Tuskus switches the point of attack. She's really got soft feet. Shown some good skill here tonight. Gabrielle Gale will chase it down for Daytona State.
Good no call there by the ref. Great move.
O'Driscoll, very quiet here in the second half, Ted.
Yeah. I mean, O'Driscoll burned a lot of energy in that first half. Might be a little bit tired. Hasn't been the playmaker that she usually is right now.
Daytona State soccer in only their 3rd year of existence. Keep in mind the awesome 12-2 record last year. They won Region 8 in the regular season, were runner-up in the tournament. This program still very much growing, still, say, crawling, just about starting to walk in its infancy. And tonight, you're seeing them play a team, Ted, that maybe just be a little bit further along at the moment. But, again, Daytona State has had their moments in this match.
At the moment. But then again, these teams have gone up against each other before, and certainly Daytona State has done well, has come away with victories. Obviously, the Titans with a couple more victories on their side, but still, like you said, it's a budding program. 2nd year, as we're looking at them right now. 3rd year, I apologize. 3rd year as we're looking at them right now. 2nd year that we've been able to televise some games.
Lana Neely trying to make it happen now from the left side. Neely's had a pretty nice match for Daytona State. Duffy crossed it. No one there waiting for it. Good idea, though.
Yeah, good idea. Might not be a natural left footer there. That's why the cross is a little bit more difficult.
Neely collided with, and now Andresen trying to create an opportunity. This ball off the crossbar. Rebound is there. The header is in.
I tell you, that was O'Driscoll with great presence in the box. Another one off the crossbar. This one not so friendly to the Titans. Beautiful shot, though. Beautiful shot.
First it was Andresen, a beautiful strike off the crossbar, and then crashing up the header, far post, and just like that, Daytona State is within a goal.
Honestly, O'Driscoll, tons of credit. Textbook put away right there.
Michelle O'Driscoll, her 12th goal of the season. Coach Jones said she is not afraid to take chances. She took a big one there. Looked like it was possibly an offsides, but the flag stayed down, and the Falcons benefit. Now it's 3-2.
11 minutes for the equalizer. Boy, would that take the thunder out of the Titans if this game ends up in a tie.
Great match we're seeing here. The competitiveness in the second half has been off the charts. Both teams scoring 2 goals to get to this point as we approach 10 minutes in regulation. Ball won by the Falcons again. All of a sudden starting to make some things happen on the Eastern Florida side.
Boy, the teams are looking a little tired.
Titans getting a ball through. Look out. Scrambling is Howard. Challenge. Gottschalk comes over. Player down. And we play on.
Wow. Wow. Physical. Physical. It could have gone either way. Daru, though, did not get the call. Did not get the benefit of that call, but great tackle.
Kelly Lindquist to throw it in for Eastern Florida. As we all take a deep breath here in Daytona Beach. Drew Felios with Ted Sofianos. We are coming down now, under 10 minutes to play.
Well, Drew, I tell you, the Lady Falcons have made it exciting for sure.
Gibson there to pick it up. We are in the 81st minute. Eastern Florida has led most of the way, but Daytona State making it very interesting here with under 10 in regulation.
You know, they had the curse of the crossbar in the first half. That one, they came back for it. Well angled in by O'Driscoll. It's another one of those non-crisp balls that we were talking about before. Got to put some steam on it.
Julia Soncini, a sophomore midfielder out of New Smyrna Beach, has checked in for Daytona State.
Now that's the kind of pass that I'm talking about. If I'm Coach Jones, I'm very happy with that type of outlet pass with speed right to feet.
Soncini, nice look there. Duffy now on top of it. Duffy crosses it. Ball was loose for Andresen. Can't bring it in. Falcons reset with Alana Neely, who continues to do good work.
Nice idea, just didn't have the player there.
Oh, handball there, and it's not called. Crowd wanted one, should have had one. There is Daru, clearly struck her fist. Here's Garriga, 2 goals tonight for Eastern Florida. She is so good with the ball. We'll cross it over. Another opportunity created. The blast is just off frame as Lindo destroyed it, but somehow just could not put it in, and she knows it.
Lindo almost took the air out of that ball. My goodness, that was struck with pace. But really, all she had to do was place that one. It would have been a goal. A nice break for the Lady Falcons.
Right now, Ted, if I'm Daytona State, I don't think I want Garriga touching it at all, because every time she just got it,
dangerous.
It's just dangerous, whether
scary.
She's going to score or she's going to find somebody who will.
Scary player. Very good. Very confident.
Obviously one of the best at this level. Lana Neely. Pass taken away that time by Daru. And here's Garriga directing traffic.
That was one of the few, ugly balls I've seen her hit tonight. That was to no one. Daytona State charging, looking for that equalizer, showing positive aggression here.
Take a look at that last chance for Eastern Florida. This could have been an insurance goal. Oh, perfect crossover and just too wide.
My goodness. She could have passed that ball in. Instead, she burned it. But great skill to be open for that shot.
Going to be Falcons' ball. I don't think Daytona State knows it, but now they'll go over and pick it up, toss it in. Now the flag will point the other way.
The head referee overruled the sideline referee. Second time I've seen that one tonight.
See the clock continue to wind down. Coming up on 5 minutes here in regulation. You will see here in the waning moments, probably will see Eastern Florida look like they are in no hurries whatsoever as Daytona State tries to scramble here to equalize. Titans, though, may just try and step on the gas pedal and go for that insurance goal. There it is. Tuskus, the blast. And it's wide right, a little high as well.
Boy, a lot of huffing and puffing out there, Drew. Those conditions are rough, even at this time of night.
This is an intense rivalry. I think it's also a rivalry where there's respect on both sides. Players, coaches, everybody involved. As Gottschalk picks it up one more time.
Nice trap. Good chance here for Daytona. Out on the wing.
Falcons approaching. Trying to get one in range here. Help is had now for Eastern Florida. And perhaps waited a little bit too long, Ted, to get that one moving as Sanchini now is on top of it. Duffy, good spot right there. And Drayson has been pretty solid with it all night long.
Yeah, you're starting to see a lot of tired touches right now.
No timeouts in soccer.
No. Oh, how true, Drew.
Lana Neely, the throw in. That is one thing to mention. I have a chance to routinely work games, Ted, on the college level, and this time of year they are doing water breaks across the country in big-time soccer. Not the case here tonight, though, as we are playing through it, and you can tell there are some tired bodies on the pitch right now.
Exactly, Drew. Good observation.
No, nice connection.
Beautiful
there.
Yeah.
And now it's Alana Neely. Neely.
Yeah, that's been going on all night. Again, it's been a good strategy the Titans are using. Chipping away at those heels from the back.
Sanchini sending it far. Lindquist to chase it down. Gabrielle John. 3 minutes.
3 minutes. I would think that Daytona State's going to have to flood the box. Right now they only got 3 up front. They have to rethink that.
See Eastern Florida just trying to send it down to the other side.
Yeah, kind of burn the seconds off the clock.
Just keep it as far away from their home goal as possible.
There's a great ball to space. Ran down by Howard.
Haley Howard on the ground. This one cut off. Beatrice guards. She'll do the same. Cut off, though, at the midfield line. Lauren Woodcock. She'll give this one a ride. Falcons trying to get it turned around. Andresen couldn't do it. Tuskus.
Probably going to play it out to the wing. Lindo.
Tia Lindo. Left-footed shot. This one nice, high in the air, and it is well out of bounds.
2 minutes, Drew. Can the Lady Falcons pull it off? To gain that equalizer they so dearly need right now in the waning moments.
Substitutions made for Eastern Florida, trying to keep everybody fresh. McKenna Gottschalk for Daytona State has played her heart out. Conceded 3 times, but they were great opportunities on the Eastern Florida side. Just a goal separates these two institutions. They've laid it on the line tonight. Gale trying to win it. She'll do just that.
Nice move by Gale there. Beautiful.
Gabrielle Gale in that Jamaican women's national team system, showing her skill. Now the center circle. Falcons, can they advance it? Yes, they will. Taylor Duffy.
This will be one of the few chances left, Drew. Can they capitalize on it?
Duffy trying to frame something up. Help is there. Falcons, can they get a strike on it? There it is. It just sails high.
Oh, that was the chance that they needed. Just need to keep that one low. Great opportunity. Great try. Great try. Give a clap for the effort for number 7. Sydney did well. Just needed to get the knee over the ball there.
Motion's running high as Gibson puts it in the air as we come up on 40 seconds to play. Is there one more chance left in the Falcons? That should be a yellow right there. Just a blatant pull down as Garriga tugged the jersey.
Yeah, that's surprising. Referee should have just shot that down right away.
Woodcock. Falcons need numbers. Eastern Florida just hammers it the opposite way. Gale trying to get it back. She'll go down.
Let's see if there's any stoppage time here.
10, 9, 8.
Don't think that's going to be the case.
Going to happen, yeah. I forget in this level, they don't do it.
Gabrielle Gale shaken up as we have neared the conclusion. That is going to do it. 3-2 the final score. Eastern Florida has won the battle of attrition tonight over Daytona State College. Both teams going at each other for 90 minutes, and a great effort on both sides. The Falcons just coming up a little bit short. Eastern Florida taking advantage of some Falcons mistakes, and the turnovers ended up biting Daytona State here tonight. As both teams shake hands, let's take a look at some of the key moments in this match, Ted, where Eastern Florida was able to capitalize. They led for most of the night.
For the DSC Soccer fans, here's an idea.
Long strike there, heads over the goal on both sides. A couple near goals. How about this shot? Daru had it on frame. Gottschalk diving to her left. She really played hard. But this Garriga was something else.
Notice that there wasn't a lot of pace on that ball. That was just guided right to the open space goal.
Then it was Daru also making the Falcons pay. That made it 3-1. Eastern Florida well in command. At this point, Daytona State could have given up, Ted, but instead they did not. They kicked it into overdrive and made this a match to the end.
Coach Jones got to be happy. You know, they showed some heart toward the end there. When I say shows, they showed some heart through the entire match, of course. But I mean, they came back and they made it very interesting for not only the fans but for themselves. I think the next time these two meet, you might see a different game on hand.
Credit Michelle Driscoll. She gets the brace. 13 goals now on the season. Rather, Driscoll got the 1 goal. Sydney Timmis got a goal on a PK here tonight. So we take a look at our credits. I want to say so long from Daytona State College Soccer Complex. For Ted Thofianos, I'm Drew Felios. We'll see you next time from Daytona Beach.